Email me. Do you know what that means? Email is short for electronic mail, and it's simply a letter or short message that you can send to somebody. It doesn't even have to be a letter to somebody that you know. As long as you have someone's email address, you can send them an email. Conversely, if someone has your email address, they can send you an email. Just like how your home address allows people to send you letters through the U.S. Postal Service. The real beauty of email is one, it's immediate. As soon as you send the message, the other person receives it. Two, you can send the same message to multiple people. And three, it comes through your internet service, so it's free. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create an email account, how to send emails, and how to check emails that you receive from others. So, let's get started.
To get started with a Gmail account, we're going to open up our internet browser and enter this address into our address bar. https://mail.google.com. Here it's going to take us to a login page. Well, we don't have a Gmail account yet, so we're going to click Create an Account. Watch me as I fill out this form. Your username is the name that you want people to see as your email address. It can be anything, but usually should include your full name. So mine is going to be Clark Palmer 1990. Your password is a string of letters that only you can see, and it's going to allow you access to your email account. You should never tell anybody else your password to your email account. Enter your birthday, your gender, and you can skip these two, your mobile phone and your current email address. Here, this is called a CAPTCHA. This is a picture of some string of letters or numbers. In this text box below, it asks you to type those in. This step is to verify that you're not a robot and that you're human. So as we can see, this one says 338. If you're having trouble reading it, you can click this button to refresh it and give you a new one, or this one to read it out loud. Our location is the United States, and we're going to check off this box saying that we agree to the Google Terms and Services. When you finish filling out this form, and you have all your personal information, you're going to click Next Step. Ignore this. From here, it brings you to a page talking about a Google Plus profile. We don't really want to use this service, so we're just going to click the No Thanks button. Alright, well, we've created our Gmail account. If we click Continue to Gmail, we're brought to what's called our inbox. What you're looking at now is your inbox. When you're thinking about your inbox, imagine a physical box like on the corner of your office desk. When you're in an office, people may come by and drop messages or other important memos into your inbox. Your email inbox is just like that, except instead of physical pieces of paper, you're getting emails. So as you can see right here, I have 3 emails that came in from the Gmail team. And they're just getting started emails with tutorials and tips on how to use Gmail. Where I'm going to walk you through some of the different buttons and features in Gmail so you don't get too overwhelmed. Over here on the left side, where my pointer is the Compose button. This button allows you to start a new email and to send a message to somebody. Below this, these are 4 buttons that are different folders for your messages. So this one right here that's selected, your inbox folder, is the main one that you're going to be using. This is where all of your messages will be. This folder right here, the starred folder, is where messages that you need to refer to later are going to be. So if you're looking at your inbox and you see a message that you know you're going to want to look at later, you can click this star button right here and it'll go straight to your starred folder. Below that, we have your sent mail folder, which is just a collection of all the emails that you've sent. And directly below that, we have the drafts folder, which is a collection of all the emails that you may have started but didn't finish. So say you're typing up an email and you get a phone call or you get interrupted and you want to come back to it later, you can just exit out of it and it will go straight to your drafts where you can resume typing it later. Okay, now for your inbox. As you can see, one of the new Google features is separating your inbox into primary, social, and promotions. This is kind of confusing, and I like it the old-fashioned way where you just have one inbox. So let's go ahead and change that setting. If you click on either of these two tabs, you can see that you can add and remove tabs using inbox settings. We're going to click on this button right here. And as you can see, we can disable certain tabs. So let's uncheck promotions and uncheck social. Now we click save. And now we just have one inbox. See, that's much simpler. Okay. Last but not least, we have this button right here, which is the refresh button. This may be useful if you're waiting for an important email and you want to keep checking if the email has come into your inbox. Alright, so now that I've shown you how to set up and use your email, let's go through the process of checking your email. So let's start over, and let's just exit out of this window. So to check our email, we're going to follow basically the same steps that we did previously. So first, we're going to open up our internet browser. Then, in the address bar, we're going to enter https://mail.google.com. Press enter, and you'll be brought to your account because it saved your email. So now, as you can see, I have one new email from my mother. As you can see, it has a subject, which is basketball, and then a short preview of the message. If you click on it, you can see it in its entirety. Alright, well, I want to reply. So if I click below it, it allows me to send a message right back. Then when you're done with your message, you can just hit send. As you can see, it just sent our email and my mom now has a reply. So to go back to our inbox, we can just click this back button right here. So now that I've shown you how to view and reply to a message, let's talk about composing a new one. So to start a new message, we're going to go up to this compose button right here and click on it. We now have a new message pane in this corner of the screen. If we want it to take up the full screen, we can click this expand button. Okay. So now in this to bar, we're going to enter the email address of the recipient. So I want to send one to my dad, and I know his email address is bpalmer@coatesrose.com. In the subject line, we're going to say a short summary or subject of the email. So let's say math project. I want to tell my dad that some of my friends are coming over to work on a math project later today. So let's just say, hey Dad. Alright, now that we have our message, we can just hit send, and it'll send my dad a message. So as you can see, if we go to our sent mail, we now have two messages. This one, my reply to my mom, and this one, my composed message to my dad. Oh, okay. We have a new message from my dad, a reply to my previous email. So let's click on it. As you can see, he just replied saying, sounds great, I'll bring snacks. Below that, we can see it's a copy of my email because when you reply to somebody's message, it includes the email that they sent you. So as you can see, it says on February 15th, 2015, I wrote, "Hey Dad, some of my friends will be coming over today to work on a math project." This feature is especially useful when you're in an email conversation with somebody that goes on for multiple emails. This is called an email conversation. And if me and my dad went back and forth for, say, 10 emails, we would be able to look at one of the emails and go back and see exactly what we said for each one, making a thread of conversation. So let's go back to my inbox. Now I'm going to show you how to send an email to multiple people at the same time. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing that we did before to compose an email. So we're going to click on the Compose button, and let's bring it full screen. In the to bar, we're just going to enter 2 email addresses. So we're going to enter B. Palmer, and as you can see, it recognizes that I've sent an email to this address before. So it tells you that you can just click on it, and it'll put it in there for you automatically. Then let's also add my mom, which is Palmer, Kristen B. Palmer at iCloud.com. Then in the subject, well, recently my car's been making a funny noise, so I'm going to send them an email about that. Okay, now that we have our email, we can hit send, and it'll send it to both of them. So while we're waiting for my mom and dad to send an email back, I'm going to show you guys some more features of sending emails. So let's go back to our Compose button. So if you look right here, just to explain further, in the to field, you can send an email to as many people as you want. So I can start just typing in email addresses. Just hit enter in between each one, and then you can keep doing this for as many emails as you want. Also, I'm going to show you how to use carbon copy and blind carbon copy. If you've ever worked in an office, you probably know what carbon copy and blind carbon copy are. But in an email, what it basically means is if you want to carbon copy somebody on an email message, it means that you want to send the email to somebody else, but you want somebody other than the recipient to receive the message just for their information. You want them to see it, but you don't want them to think that it requests a response. In the blind carbon copy field, you're going to be sending it to somebody and they can't see who the other recipients are, and the other recipients can't see who they are. So that means I can send an email to my mom and then carbon copy my dad, let him know that he's in the loop, and then I can blind carbon copy my sister. And if I do that, then my mom and my dad can't see that I sent it to my sister. And then from there, you can finish typing your email. So let's exit that out. Alright, well, as we can see, it looks like my parents replied to my previous email. So let's click on it. Alright, my mom said, "What kind of noise? That sounds like it could be a problem. Best to get it checked out just to be safe." And she asked my dad where he took his car. My dad is telling me to take it to Joe's on Stella Link. Alright, well, now I can reply to all of them and say, okay. And I can hit send. Alright, and our message is sent. So let's go back to our inbox, and here we can see all of our messages again. Alright, well, I think we've gone over a lot of good features of Gmail today. And I think that after this lesson, you'll be able to conquer your email and use it to your best ability. Happy sending!